The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
Greetings, Koopalings, and thank you for tuning in to this week's Nintendo Shack. That's right, the Shack is back. Donnie here, over at Play Some Video Games, psvg.blog, which we launched last week.
Woo!
And a proud member of the PSVG podcast network. Joining me this week in Nintendo Shack is Caroline. Hey, girl.
Time to game with the name. What's up?
Hey. For those of you watching on the YouTube, Jason's with us, at least in spirit.
Oh, he's totally with us.
He's got he's been detained here at the last moment by the life, and that's good stuff. That's good stuff. But I couldn't go on without him. So from now on, every time any of us miss, I think I'm just going to put our pictures into the stream and just continue forward. I guess
the most ridiculous picture ever. Is it ridiculous? I need to look at it.
It's I picked it off of his Instagram, so it's pretty funny. It's just a nice big smiley face Jason, which makes me happy. When I look at it, makes me smile.
Nice.
Good show lined up for you tonight, I think. We'll see. But before we get into some of the news, specifically the news that we talked about all last week, only then be corrected 48 hours after we shacked it up.
Right.
But first, let's talk about what we've been playing. We haven't really talked about it in a couple weeks, so should be a good conversation. So, Caroline, what have you been playing?
I bought Labo, the variety kit, and I've put together they give you the trial run, which is you make a Joy-Con holder. Whoop-de-doo. And then the next one is your RC car, and I had fun messing with the cats with that. One of them is just absolutely terrified of it and thought that she could kill it. And the other one just could not care less. And then I did the fishing one. And the fishing one took me about 2 hours to put together. And that fishing thing is really, really addictive, really, really quick. You get like a whole expansive different tier levels of fishing, like all the way down to the ocean floor type thing. So, and there's pretty much every fish from Animal Crossing imaginable in that thing. So there's like a Napoleon fish, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a Napoleon fish. I would never know that aside from Animal Crossing.
I could see you geeking out for that. I could see you doing that and just be like, oh my god.
If you go all the way to the bottom of the ocean floor, there's like nothing but shadows, and you see like anglerfish with their little lights and stuff. But then like there's just like the shadow of a shark, and it comes out of nowhere and it snags your line, and you're supposed to catch on really quick, but I've never been able to do it. It's too fast and it takes me by surprise way too much. But aside from Labo, I have not done the last three, which I believe is the house, the piano, and there's a third one. I can't remember. I'm really enjoying it. It's just a matter of I have to find a certain amount of expansive time that I can sit down and actually make the stuff. And so far, I've only been able to dedicate maybe 3 hours. I finished Pokemon Ultra Moon, finally. Nice. And I was very disappointed when I went to go put my Ultra Beasts in the bank to keep going on, as my Pokedex continues on into the next generation. And your fused Lunala and Necrozma that is on the cover, it's technically another form of Necrozma. The Necrozma just has a few forms now that I like to keep those as variants, and I keep different variants in my bank as well. They don't let you deposit that for whatever reason. So I spent all that work. I did beat the game for the extra Ultra Beasts, and there's only one. I think there's 2 per game that you get in the new Ultra series. But I was really kind of hoping that I could get my special Necrozmas to be deposited in the bank. Maybe they're just waiting until the new Pokemon comes out and they're like, okay, now you can push it in there. Because I just think that Sun and Moon doesn't have that capability of dragging and dropping from the bank into Sun and Moon. Like, they don't have the sprite rendered for it or something like that.
Really? I've never had that issue, and I've carried Pokemon from the Virtual Console games, from X and Y, from Sun and Moon, back and forth.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I think it's just new new ones that come through the cards, but I don't think when they had Sun and Moon finished that they thought, oh, we're going to make a fusing system where you can put Solgaleo or Lunala with a Necrozma, and Necrozma can have another form. I just don't think that they thought, because I mean they have a whole new item that causes them to fuse and stuff. It's just kind of, you played it, right?
Yeah.
The Solarizer and the Lunarizer, and I don't know. I just guess that it's not reverse compatible or something. I don't know how that's going to work in the future, but it was just kind of disappointing that the only things that I'm playing for are Ultra Beast, and that's about it. But we do get a new mythical coming out. I got to 1600 par today in Mario Golf, and I was like, God, I'm 1 under tying you guys. I'm gonna try for a full 18 under.
I mean, I guarantee you, if I wanted to, I could have it.
Yeah.
It's just you can't make a mistake, which isn't like super hard to do, but you know, you may have to play 5 rounds to get that 1 round in.
Right.
We should rename ourselves to Nintendo's Mario Golf Chat of the Week, because we just keep talking about Mario Golf.
I know, right?
But yeah, the Sean threw down the gauntlet over there on Twitter.
I know.
And he was, oh, Canada. And
Like,
Jason was like, we cannot let this stand. And I made a quick GIF, and then he was just like, ooh, I'm scared. I was like, all right, well, now I'm going to pull out the 3DS and start playing this game again.
Yeah.
But
I think all 3 of us now are over Sean. Is Sean still at 15 under?
Yeah, the last I checked.
Okay, so we're all 3 at the top. I don't know if I mentioned last time that I beat Xenoblade 1. Did I mention that last
I don't remember. I don't think so. We didn't talk about it last, Jack.
Yeah, I've beaten Xenoblade 1 for the Wii, and while I don't think it holds a torch to the second game, I still really enjoyed it. Like, it took me a while to get into the story, and the gameplay was really difficult to pick up after you've had things simplified in the Switch version. I don't like flipping through on the D-pad to get to the art that I want to do. I just like being able to press a button and it's there.
I always go back to when I took that art appreciation class in college, and my teacher, it just dawned on me. She was like, you truly can never appreciate anything outside of its time.
Yeah.
Because I believe, if I remember correctly, the conversation started because we were looking at a particular style of building that some girl thought was ugly. And she was like, yeah, but then it wasn't. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be interested. I mean, you will never know, but it'd be very interesting to know what you would have thought back then when it was all the rage. Because it was...
well, it's like kids these days, when they look at Ocarina of Time, they're going to be like, ew.
Yeah.
Be like, no, guys, seriously, this was real life for us.
that was it. That was the stuff.
Yeah. But that's about it.
That's man, you were crushing through some Xenoblade. So when are you going to X? When's X coming?
I'm gonna do Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia. I'm gonna finish it. I started it, and I think I got to chapter 2, and I just, for whatever reason, I think I got busy with some other game. It was Ever Oasis.
Oh,
of all things. Yeah. So I just haven't picked that back up, and I think I'm going to do that one next, just to give myself a break from the console stuff, because staring at the TV and playing an 80-hour game is pretty hard. And I'm kind of burnt out on Pokemon after Ultra Moon, so I need to wait until I do Ultra Sun.
I'm interested. Ever Oasis would sound like a really good port candidate to come to Switch.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think when it launched, how it launched, the developer behind it. I'm surprised we haven't heard more from them yet.
Honestly, I think that it would be a good $20 game for the Switch. Like, I mean, if you port it in there, it really is a very small game, and I don't believe going back I would have paid $40 for it. I think it was probably better off as a $20 or $30 game. I can definitely see it as something like an indie title price.
Okay. I have been playing lots of things, and that's it's just I haven't had much like consistency to stick with anything. Like, I'm not beating anything. I'm just kind of playing. I'm just dabbling. So playing all the Mario Golf that we've been playing, I picked up Mario Golf Sports Superstars.
Yeah.
Because I never played it. And when I picked it up, I remember why. probably because it doesn't have the online tournaments that we're loving so much.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, they didn't have that at all. And it actually, the single player, you play match play tournaments, and they're pretty difficult, which I would say I enjoy because I don't mind really grinding in that, with Mario Golf. But it's really just the little match play tournaments, and the amiibo functionality that they had all those cards with that game. Apparently, they unlock stronger powered versions of the characters that you can use, which seems a little devious because I got to tell you. I'm playing with Yoshi, and it's like I lost my first couple matches, right out of the gate.
So
and
it's
I was
like locked behind.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I may need to get Amiibo to play this game. It looks better. It's definitely a more polished, visually looking game than Mario Golf we know before. So I also played baseball.
2 years later.
I played baseball. I played soccer. I checked it out. It's good.
Now, did Camelot make this game?
That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
I feel like they definitely did because of the golf elements, but
The golf engine is straight ripped. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the exact same style, the same outline. It's got some of the same cutscenes and splash screens. I just think it's cleaned up. It's a little sharper, and some of the courses are really, really good. I would pay extra money to bring these courses somewhere else for sure. Their little links course I took a picture of and posted is fantastic. It's like golden, I don't know, grass or something. It's fun.
Developed by Bandai Namco and Camelot.
There you go. So yeah, it's good. It's worth the money. I'm glad I bought it actually because I've enjoyed it, and I think I continue.
How much did you buy it for though?
$25.
Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't have paid the $39.99 that it was when it came out.
Yeah, it was on sale. And I don't know. I might get an amiibo card or two, some of my favorite characters, and see what that looks like. Probably just the golf set though, not any of the other sports. I don't care enough. It's just kind of like.
I can buy them individually on eBay.
Yeah, exactly. I was playing Madden today on 3DS, and I took a picture.
I saw the picture, yeah.
And it's just sometimes you get in the mood just to play a sports game, and this game would, fit that bill. So yeah, that's a new game that I've been playing. I've been playing Far Cry 5 on Xbox. I finally got through Faith's Region and got caught up to Kevin. So I'm looking forward to beating that game here in the next week or two, maybe.
Have you gotten the cougar yet?
Yep, I have Peaches. I got Peaches, and I run around the woods with Peaches on one side and Boomer on the other, and we just go and wreck shop. That is a really, really fun, really beautiful video game. Playing on the X in 4K, and it's so gorgeous. It's stunning.
Yeah.
And I played I played some Wii U games. And
of course.
We were playing with the kids and whatnot. Now I've got all this. I got this stack of games, and I was like, I want to start playing some old stuff. I popped in Call of Duty. And boy, did I feel like I was taken back in time. I don't remember that game looking that bad. And it's probably because I've been playing weeks of Far Cry and God of War.
It's like, what, 720?
Oh, it's worse. Like, it's so edgy. It's so bad. Yeah. I was like, oh, it's so awful. It's terrible. I then popped in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. That game is equally as bad.
It's pretty bad.
Playing it for a second time with some time removed just made me hate it. I think more than I ever did before because one, you have to play it for a period of time to unlock any mode that's worth playing,
right?
Which is a pain.
My sister and I really enjoyed it because we're both Animal Crossing fans. In the beginning, when I first got it, we really enjoyed playing through one party mode. But then after that, we were like, all right, this is boring.
It's just completely random and pointless.
Yeah.
Like when I was trying to get to the island survival, I was trying to get tickets to unlock that, and I'm playing this board game with my kids. And it's just like, hey, you found some flowers today. Coins.
Yep.
What is this? Like, why?
Yeah, I know. It's like, here's a roll of the dice, whatever.
Your shoe broke today. Coins. Like, what? it means nothing. And there's absolutely no meaning to it at all.
Yep.
And the only thing that's like even good is just seeing some of the board sets like in Seasons. Because what I really noticed was Isabel's character model is awful.
Really?
Her face is just flat. It looks like someone's like hand drawing. And I started to think, because of some other news that we'll talk about later, I was thinking, I was like, oh man, my expectations must be climbing with every game that I see. Whenever Animal Crossing comes, man, it better look good. Because
it better be 1080p at least.
Because if it's anything like that, I'm going to be angry. Because so anyway. playing some stuff, just kind of hopping around. I'm doing a lot of 3DS things. Picked up
That's
Monster
good.
Hunter
I'm about to go back
Stories.
into it too. Yeah, I have the amiibo. I have all 6 amiibo for that series.
I
And
remember. Yeah, you showed them to me. You don't have a
and
game?
they are only available in Japan, and I imported all of them because I was like, I gotta get them all, and I never picked up the game, and I've never been into that Monster Hunter kind of style, but
Let me stop you.
that was
Then-
adorable, right?
Then try Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah, it's supposed to be adorable and not like creepy.
Try the demo. It's a lengthy.
Oh, there's a demo still.
Yep, there's a good
Okay.
good sized demo. It's more like a Pokemon type Zelda game. There's like
Oh.
a collect 'em all dinosaur aspect, but it's like in this 3D environment where you run around, and it's not 1-to-1, but it's Ocarina-ish. It's like
Ooh.
Ocarina Monster Hunter that collects dinosaurs, kind of.
Okay, so the point of Monster Hunter is not so much. Well, in the regular Monster Hunter games, is it to actually kill everything? Or
Yeah,
is it
you're just a hunter. Everything is the loop is go kill the big thing, harvest all of the resources you can to improve your gear to go kill the next big thing, and let's all join up together to go kill the big things. And
Okay.
it's hard. I know I'm not the best gamer here, but Monster Hunter is that's a serious game. If you want to dip a toe into a Monster Hunter game, like prepare to commit.
When you say everybody, is it multiplayer or is it single player with a bunch of NPC?
Stories, no. Other Monster Hunter games, yes. A lot of them
Oh.
have a multiplayer focus. So like World, Generations, the other one, the one that came on Wii U, like they're all meant to be played with people. You're meant to like run around together and slay things
Yeah, I'm not
together.
good at that. I suck.
It's hard. I've always, I mean, yeah, Monster Hunter. It's a grind. It's for real. Like the loot grind in that. It's like a Destiny, right? I mean, it's just like that style. It's all about go do this loop. Like either you shoot things or you beat up things. Keep doing it until you get good enough to win, and then go fight the bigger, stronger thing.
Yeah. I might pick up Stories then. If it's a collector, I mean, like the style is completely different.
It's beautiful. For a 3DS game, it's gorgeous.
Okay, I'll probably add that on my list then. Eventually.
I'm combing through my 3DS games to see if I got anything else.
No,
I just started grabbing
I
some
remember
stuff
you
back.
taking pictures of the 2 cases. So where'd you buy them if they were on sale?
Best Buy ran a sale on all 3DS stuff earlier in the week.
Was that their flash sale that I saw online or something?
Yeah, it was a flash sale, and I got
Yeah.
Stories for $14.99.
Oh my god!
So it was Stories
All right.
for $14.99. It was Mario Golf Superstars for $24.99, and I got something else for Jack, and I used a coupon. It was like $20.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye out on that, and we'll be buying it next time.
But yeah, I'm playing some of that stuff.
Nice.
I booted up Fire Emblem for a little bit. Like I said, just been messing around. Not really with any anticipation. Like the only game I feel like I'm truly playing is Far Cry, and I'm just kind of waiting. We've got Hyrule Warriors on the horizon, so I'm just.
Oh,
kind of looking forward to
Shantae
that.
Ultimate Edition, Day 1 Edition came yesterday, or no, Tuesday. And I opened it. I looked at the fan service art book. It is fan service completely. Brian was impressed. I was, it's girls in bikinis, whatever. And the sound selection CD, which I actually have a copy of when I got my Wii U version. I got the special version with the soundtrack. But I have not popped that in my Switch yet. I plan on doing that this weekend if I have time, just to see what's different. Because I didn't play any of the DLC on the Wii U. And this comes with all the DLC included.
I didn't play
like
the
the-
DLC either.
Yeah, this has got the Risky Boots campaign. I can't remember. There was something else that got added after Risky Boots or something. But I'm interested to play that. And I mean, Shantae's a quick game. This is a quick game. I think I beat it in like 8 hours,
Yeah.
something like that. So I'd be interested to play it again or get Brian to play it or something. Just something for the shelf.
Yeah. I played Jotun, a Valhalla edition, over on
Oh, yeah.
Switch. I bought that today. I streamed maybe my first 40 minutes with it. That game's hard. It's tough.
I thought did you say that you were going to buy it or somebody else had bought it and
Kevin and
You were-
Jason had reviewed it for the site when it came out on Wii U,
oh, that's right. It just came out on Switch.
and they scored it really high. That's the only thing I really know. I mean, I read the review, but like the thing that sticks with me is they scored it really high, and they both of them were like, "This is a great game." So when it came over to Switch, I was like, "Ah, finally, let's see." I'm kind of like in that Celeste mode, like, let's see. Which I put Celeste on my wish list. Like, I'm starting to maybe feel like I want to give it a try.
No way.
There's like a curiosity when somebody tells me it's a really good game. I just kind of want to try it.
Me too, but I already know that I'm going to be too frustrated too quick. And I don't want to spend $15 on something that I'm just going to throw at the wall.
And see, $15 I will, but like if it's $30 I won't. I won't try something for $30, but for like $15 I'll try it.
If I can get enough coins, can you buy third party with coins?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, okay.
And I was going to say if they get a sale, like a flash sale or something, yeah, I'll hop on Celeste one day. But yeah, Jotun is gorgeous. That is a really good. Everything's hand drawn.
I've seen pictures. Yeah,
and so it's really pretty. Everything is Norse mythology, so it's Loki, it's Frigga, it's all of that stuff. Yeah, Jotunheim and all the other Heims, and so coming off of God of War, I was like, I've probably never been more prepared to enjoy something like this than now. Man,
and Infinity War.
I fought that first boss, died like 3 times. Now, in my defense, I really didn't know what I was doing. So like while I was on the stream, I look up like a wiki, and I learned that like the blue plants save you from like the poison that I'm just dying in over and over again. Oh. So, and it was funny because I look it up and they're like, the first boss is really easy. And I'm like, I'm dying over and over again. This is not good. This is bad. It's a bad setup. But it's like you go into a realm, you run around to collect, like you have to activate like these stones, and then they give you a rune, like a special power. And then you take that rune to the boss, and you have to use that to exploit to beat the boss. Gotcha. I've only done the first 2 areas, so I can't speak to the rest of the game, but it looks like that's the loop. So,
Zelda dungeon item type thing. I gotcha.
Kind of, yeah. But it's definitely much more streamlined. There's not a whole lot of like puzzling and platforming in between there. There's no jump button. You just kind of go beat up stuff.
You walk.
Yep, just kind of walk around. So that's it for me. That's it for us. Jason, what have you been playing? Crickets. All right, so moving forward, we'll move on with the news. And Nintendo Switch Online was finally unveiled. We had mentioned this in the podcast a couple weeks ago. We said Nintendo had mentioned that we were going to hear about this service early May, and boy, did we.
Yep.
So if you listened to last week's podcast, our E3 topic of the week was Virtual Console, and we talked about all the different stuff that we thought it could be, and then a couple days later, they basically told us everything. So let's start with probably the most headline-grabbing statement that Nintendo made over the past week. There will be no Virtual Console on the Nintendo Switch, or at least the way that we think about it.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I had bought some games on Wii and Wii U and such, and I will miss it. But I saw this meme that was really funny. People complaining when Virtual Console came out. It was like, why is Virtual Console like this? Why would they do something like this? This is terrible. Put it like a Netflix thing. And now that Virtual Console is going away, it's like, why would they get rid of Virtual Console? This is the worst thing ever. So, pick your poison.
That's true.
I want to be optimistic and just wait and see what they've got in store. I think what you're saying about everybody's going the round or the way of we're putting all our stuff on a cart and allowing people to download it, or we're putting all of our games in a bundle or something. I think that is keeping them from doing all their stuff. And the releases of these classic editions, I think if they start doing a classic edition or a cart for the Switch, like you mentioned, of just a slew of first-party Super Nintendo titles for, this one, a slew of N64 titles for this other cart, I think that would be something good for people that don't necessarily want to have the replica of the NES, the SNES.
Pay the higher price for the hardware.
Right. So I mean, give them a $59.99 cart that's got 30, 40 first-party titles on it.
Makes sense. So we're talking about the Nintendo Online Switch service. It launches in 2018, and let's just break it out. So here's what you get when you subscribe to the Nintendo Switch Online service. You get to play games online. So for those of you that have a Switch, thinking about getting a Switch, do know, come time September, you're no longer going to be able to play Mario Kart and Splatoon and ARMS and other games that might be announced here in the upcoming weeks online. That's the first time Nintendo's ever charged for online. We'll come back to that. They have announced that 20 NES games will be there, NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, to include the likes of Soccer, Tennis, Ice Climber, Balloon Fight, Donkey Kong, Dr. Mario, Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., and Super Mario Bros. 3. So you just get access to these 20 games. I think, at least for our podcast, our fellow podcasters, I definitely know Sean. I'm thinking of Sean in particular, but I've seen this kind of across the board for Nintendo podcasters, hardcore fans. They've been asking this for a long time. Cloud save data backup. I've never used cloud saves ever on any console.
You know what? I've never used it for like my iPhone. They're always like, back up your photos to the iPhone. I was just like, but I just plug it into my computer and get it through.
When I did 3DS, and there is a Switch option. I'm at least I read about when this was like a hot topic, last year. There is a way you can back up your saves manually if you want to. I've always done that too. Like I trust my own computer way more than I trust the cloud.
And I have an SSD and everything that's if it breaks, I've got a backup. I do have cloud backup. I use Backblaze, but aside from like save data, and I've never done that. I'm glad that people are excited about it. And
well, they're also, this is a paid service, so they're bringing the feature that a lot of folks wanted, but now they're upset. There are people upset that now they're paying for it.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch online app, so the voice chat, I believe, will be behind you'll have to be a subscriber to use the voice chat with the application on the phone. And what I would suggest is I hope, this is my optimistic side, special offers. I have long defended Nintendo's reluctance to discount their games as much as other consoles discount their games under the guise of Xbox Live and PlayStation 4 subsidize those sales. People don't realize that. And you pay $60 a year to be a member. Yeah, you're getting that game for $8.99, and Nintendo games go on sale for $17.99. But Nintendo's not getting $60 a year off everybody.
Right.
That's a huge amount of money. Like, they can afford to cut into that a bit. I've always kind of taken that. We'll see. Because, I hope this isn't just like a 20% coupon. I hope they really start, having fair price matching, at least in some shape or form. I should be able to get Celeste for $8.99 at some point after this thing comes online. Yeah. So let's talk about money. The pricing plans. It's $4 a month. It's $8 for 3 months. It's $20 a year. Or, this is probably the most surprising factoid in this rollout for me.
And awesome.
You can sign up for a family membership for $35 a year. Now, for those of you that may have children and know what children accounts are, this apparently doesn't apply to that because they make a note to say that up to 7 others can join a family group. They can all be on different systems.
Right.
There is no dialogue. There's no asterisk. There's nothing there that says to be in a family group, you have to be a child of a parent account. So, vis-a-vis, PSVG is going to have a Nintendo Switch Online family account where Caroline, myself, Jason, Kevin, I think we're going to adopt Devin and Mo, and we're just going to maybe raffle off the other stuff. I know Seth was upset we left him out, so we'll have to figure out how we pack in those final 2 spots. But up to 8 people can share an account, which brings the cost to each of us $5 a month. And go ahead.
No, wait. $5 a month? $5
I'm sorry, $5 a year. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was, my last point I was going to make was, I'm even taking that's so cheap that I'm considering just buying it for the team. Like, I'm just going to buy Nintendo Switch Online for everybody. Don't worry about it. I don't need your $5. Like, keep it.
I was shocked that you get 8 I mean, I think they want people to go that route. I think they want. I mean, it's too good of a deal to pass up. Why wouldn't you split the cost? It's like a Netflix thing. Why wouldn't you split the cost of Netflix with like some buddies if you can get that service on multiple? I don't know how many times you can enter the passcode or something. Oh,
I'm glad that you brought up Netflix because I think they're a good model for this. If I told you that I thought this is Nintendo penetrating the market with a deal that seems too good to be true for the value, with the long-term goal of raising the price down the road, what would you say to that?
We're paying pennies.
It's true.
And you know what? I would not mind having to pay $20 a year. I think that is a deal in itself. But the fact
$20 a year is incredible.
Yeah, the fact that we have the ability to share with somebody. I mean, even if you split it with somebody, you're paying less than what you would for one person.
$20 a year for online cloud saves and discounts on the store is probably worth it by itself. The fact that you get games on top of it is pretty incredible.
I wonder where Pokemon Bank is going to figure into this because I pay $5 a year for Pokemon Bank.
As do I, and that's a really good question. And a lot of people are wanting to ask the Pokemon and Switch online thing.
My renewal is coming up in 30 days. Man, you know what? What if we get answers at E3?
What if we get Pokemon Bank included for Switch Online?
Well,
you and I would be so happy, and nobody else on the staff would care. But we'd be like, yes!
I still have to renew, though. I have to renew to keep all...
It's worth it.
Unless I just port everything into my my copy of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and then switch it over.
Switch. It's totally worth it. Pokemon Banks, I love Pokemon Bank. It's so good.
I've had Pokemon Bank since it came out.
I've helped my son out so many times. I swap him Pokemon when he hits a wall. I just give him a little boost, like a little cheat code. Hey, here's level 50 Marowak. Go get the final 4 there, kid. That's good stuff. So there's a lot that we got to know from this, but there's still a lot we don't know. We don't know, like, how Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, we don't know how other console games get included into this, if they ever do. Like, do they do this awesome thing where, is it like Game Pass, where eventually they say they hit 40 games in the library and then they swap games out every month? I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love Game Pass, for one. I think the idea is good because the cool thing about Game Pass is every month Microsoft gets a news blurb that everybody talks about. You know, it's like what's new on Netflix. It's a thing that everybody tunes into. Right. Nintendo, there's a part of me that wants to say that I'm going to miss not owning these games. That is lessened by the fact that I do own a Super Nintendo Mini and a Wii U. By the way, if you ever wanted a reason to have a Wii U, this could be it. If you can pick one of those up cheap and just use it as a virtual console machine, that's
but now they're just going to skyrocket in price because everybody's going to be buying them off eBay.
You might be right. I'm waiting for the day where we get the alert that the Wii U shop is shutting down. I guarantee you some people are going to drop some credit. I've actually started to create a wish list. I've started to create a wish list. I was like, what exactly do I want to keep? Because I've got 30 or 40 of them. But yeah, there's definitely some, especially in the Wii generation, I've noticed. My wish list is kind of full with some of the Wii support they put up because $20 a piece, they're actually kind of a steal, some of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know. That would be the way that I would prefer. The other things that I've heard is possible raising the price based on game tier. So like base Nintendo Switch Online is $20 a year for NES, but you could get Super Nintendo included for $30, Nintendo 64, like, and eventually you could get up to the $60 limit that PlayStation and Xbox have.
Right.
So,
and I like that idea. I think that people would probably buy it. I mean, I think we would. If we could get that on family plan.
So you like the cable package, subscribe a la carte type deal. Like you go in there and you pick and choose what you want.
Sure.
Okay.
I think if we got 8 people and it's $60 if it's $60, I'm trying to do the math, 60 to what would that be? 75, 80. I'm just trying to do like the ratio in my mind, like 20 to 35. It's probably going to be closer to 100, if not over 100. But
There's no way they charge that much. Nobody's ever going to pay for that.
for family plan,
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. So if you're looking at that, yeah, you're right. It'd be
For 8
maybe
people.
like $100. Probably 100 is probably a really good price point. For $99 a year, you get access to 100 games spanning across 25 years of Nintendo console goodness. And if you could split that with 8 people, you know, that's less than $10 a person. That's
Can't do math.
it's a good deal. It's like $8.25, $8.50, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, the only reason I don't like that idea, because I've heard a lot of people bring that up,
$105.
I think it's muddy. I think it's messy.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea. I like the idea of we're going to keep adding games to this service for the current price. And then like just down the line after they've established it as a good thing, then they just raise the price a little.
Yeah.
You know, like, and people will be mad, but people will still pay and it'll pass and nobody will care. Just like Netflix. Netflix went from what, $7.99 to $11.99. You would have thought the world ended. Everybody was so mad. Nobody canceled. More people bought in actually. So I like that idea better. I just think you do NES, maybe Super NES, you know, comes at like an update this fall or maybe the start of next year. And then next E3, they go, hey, you know, it's $20 a year for now. Next year, we're going to raise it to 30, but we're going to throw GameCube and all this stuff in there. I think a common complaint that I would agree with is, man, this is a long time for this. Like, what is taking so long?
No. Maybe they're just going to drop the entire library of every first-party title that's ever been created by Nintendo. Boom, overnight.
So the business acumen person thinks that this is genius because there is diminishing returns on continuing to sell the same old game to people. I think every time you do that, less and less people will buy. So the idea of just using your library as a constant revenue stream, this money is revolving. It comes in and out of the door every year. That makes a lot more sense. Right. Even if it's less money, if you get more people to buy in over time, you make more.
The only exception to that, though, is all of the Switch games that were originally Wii U games that have been ported to Switch and have made more money.
Yep, that's true. Also, I've heard that a lot of people are thinking that Nintendo wanted... I've heard this also. Nintendo is doing this because they didn't want to offer Classic Virtual Console because then they would have to set up some sort of transfer from Wii U to Switch. And I get the idea, but I don't think they have to do that. It's a brand new system. Just like PlayStation 4 doesn't have to have backwards compatibility. They just don't. And they just tell you to suck it up.
People bought however many on the Wii Virtual Console, and then you could transfer your Wii data over to the Wii U, and people have had the same stuff whenever Virtual Console hit on the Wii.
Yeah, it was similar architecture. So crazy news. There's a whole kind of news. There's charts and graphs. You can go look it up. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo.com Switch online service is what they've gotten, and we'll look forward to doing more. We've already we've already started to split up the PSVG team into Switch online account teams.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, we're looking forward to it. Are you going to play any of these Nintendo Entertainment System games?
I own quite a few of them physical, and I think the majority of them, if not all of them, are almost on the NES. Like maybe with the exceptions of like soccer and those black box titles.
We completely forgot to mention, and I think it's definitely very important that they're highlighted that these NES games will have some sort of online component. You'll either be able to play together or play like leaderboards or establish scores. So maybe that can breathe a little life into some old games. I gotta tell you, half of these games, nobody would play anymore. I have no interest in playing. I will play
Mario 3,
and maybe Dr. Mario.
Yeah,
but that's kind of it. I'm not playing The Legend of Zelda.
But I've got it like on 4 different things. I can't have it on a 5th one. No, maybe. Depends if I'm in the mood. Brian might do it because Brian hasn't played as many NES titles as I have.
And that's where I like the idea of, even if they just kept it at like, let's say they keep it small, like 30 games. I like the idea of just over time, they just start swapping stuff in and out. Yeah. You know, like maybe the first 3 months, like here's 20 NES games, and then like month 3 rolls around, and now we're adding 5 Super Nintendo games. Yeah. And here's 5 new NES games, and here's a Game Boy game. Like, I love the idea of this thing constantly coming and going, and then kind of a cultivated list of the things that Nintendo thinks are worthy.
Yeah.
That's cool, and that might solve their.
It's kind of like Satellaview. You know, you could only have certain stuff for a certain amount of time, and it would download through. This is so ancient.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about Satellaview, so.
Oh my gosh! Well, okay, we'll school you on that. But like in Japan, they had it where you downloaded certain parts to games, like you had additional parts to the original Legend of Zelda, but it was only available for a certain amount of time. And I mean, like this was broadcast on one day, but same sort of principle. It's broadcast or it's available for a certain amount of time, and then they switch it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I was muting my microphone.
Yeah.
Moving on. That's enough about that. Moving on. We had a new game announced today, and that's Monster Hunter is coming to Switch. Yeah. It's coming to Switch August 28th. I was going to say June 29th. August 28th.
Still soon.
Yeah.
Sooner than I thought.
This summer. Now, this is not the Monster Hunter World game that set the world on fire back in January on PlayStation 4. This is Monster Hunter Generations, the 3DS game that got up-resed in Japan under the guise of Monster Hunter XX, I believe.
Yes.
And it's got new stuff, new modes, new battle things, new monsters to kill, but it is an updated 3DS port of the game. But
right.
I'm happy that it's coming. I can't say that I'm the biggest Monster Hunter fan. I won't be planning on buying this, but Monster Hunter, the series, has really been propped up and survived off the 3DS brand for years.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't have World, I think kind of, there was a lot of Switch owners like, what are you talking about? I've played Monster Hunter on my 3DS for the last 7 years. Like, where's it at? And maybe a World port will come down the line, but at least they're getting that game over. So that's another game to pencil into your upcoming lineup.
Mm-hmm.
The next news story that I had was we have a new accessory that Nintendo has marketed, and it's a new charging dock.
I don't know if I'll buy it.
So
I don't know if a lot of people will buy it. It's
$20. It charges your Switch, and I believe it doesn't have a port in the back.
Yeah, but we should probably explain. It's to charge your Switch while your Switch is kind of leaning at that angle where you're sitting and playing at tabletop.
Yeah, it's like a portable like battery charger, if you will.
Right.
So $20. I saw a lot of people. They seem to be excited about it. What I said is, at first I thought it was clunky. Like their first pictures of it, I was like, man, it looks big. And then I actually saw somebody hold it in hand.
Small.
It's actually really tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a portable battery, and I carry it with me because my Switch, my laptop, and my phone all use the same charger.
Nice.
So yeah, I just use that. So I have no need to really charge on the go, and plus I don't play it a whole lot portably. So that news didn't excite me a whole lot.
Gotcha.
And then
I saw it.
The last one that we had was Minecraft is updating their version. Mm-hmm. They're calling it the Bedrock. Yeah, the Bedrock edition. It comes out in June, and basically it's Minecraft, all of the DLC, all the new upgraded stuff, includes a patch for online play across devices. So you play with PC, Xbox One, basically everybody but PlayStation. And it's $30. The price hasn't changed, and it's coming physically, which probably means that I can get it for $23.99 through Best Buy or Amazon.
Yep.
I might bite at that price actually for Minecraft finally.
I was thinking about it.
And
because Brian plays, he loves his PC version. So if I can play on the TV while he's playing on his computer, that would be pretty neat.
Can he play with the Mario Mashup Pack on PC?
I don't know. I don't know if he's. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask.
I was wondering if that's like a console exclusive thing
through
Nintendo.
I think it's exclusive.
And if you already bought the game, so if you've been rocking the Minecraft on the Switch since, what did it come out, like last May? Came out like last spring. It's free. You just get it. So in June, you get this updated pack and all the new cool stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Caroline and I might be picking up Minecraft sometime after E3. My son loves Minecraft. We own it on all kinds of stuff.
Weren't you the one that said that you have no desire to play Minecraft, or Minecraft doesn't do anything for you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever said anything like that. I dabble with Minecraft. I'm just not like into building, but I kind of like wrecking things. Like after my son builds them, I like kind of teasing him with it. But Minecraft's cool. Like we did that battle mode. We just hit each other with sticks and stuff. That's fun. I like Lego Worlds more, but That's a
It's
good thing.
come along so much. When I played Minecraft, it was in its alpha phase only on PC. This was back when I was in college, like 2009.
I'm surprised that nobody. I mean, what a video game story. They shopped that
It just
game
took
to
off.
everybody.
Yep.
And everybody turned it down. Think about that.
Yep.
That could have been an exclusive.
Yep.
Minecraft exclusively on Wii U, exclusively on PlayStation 3, exclusive. Everybody turned it away, and then 10 years later, Microsoft buys it for $1 billion.
Yep. It's unbelievable.
Insane. Yeah, I'd love to hear like the Minecraft story like down the road, 10 years from now. I'd love to hear all the backdoor dealings.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for the news. So we've done our news. We've done our check-in, what we've been playing. So now, continuing our most recent trend on our road to E3, we're going to pick a rumor or a prediction or a story that's making the rounds about E3, and we're going to break it down. And lucky for us, we had a really, really good one. A user on Twitter earlier this week posted several very convincing screenshots of Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch. HD realized, I believe, when Kyle posted the very first blog post with the pictures, Caroline lost her mind. Kevin lost his mind. Kevin tagged Caroline. Caroline tagged Kevin. I do have the distinction of being the high and mighty on this topic. The moment I saw the screenshots, I was like, that's fake. I don't know why, but when I saw it, I mean, I know why. Here's why. It looked so much like Animal Crossing New Leaf HD. And I understand that that's an easy road to take, and that might be the path Nintendo takes. However, I think of Animal Crossing as it's come through the generations. They all look very different.
Right.
You know, it's not a new Mario Bros. Series. That's not what they do. It's not a Pikmin series. They all have very different styles. So in my mind, Animal Crossing Switch is going to be something I've never seen before. So the moment that I saw it, I was like, that's fake. That's got to be fake. There's no way. But what did you think the moment you saw them?
So I saw it in the chat. I didn't click the link. What you actually linked was Dorkly's thing, which Dorkly was the one that started this. And the first few screenshots are like, oh my God, this is like actually something. But if you keep reading down after maybe about 30 minutes of freaking out, I finally clicked the Dorkly link. I scrolled down, and it's just a unraveling of anybody can use Photoshop.
Yeah.
This was taken from this. This was taken from this. And I just went from like a super high to I hate my life type mood. And then I was just upset. And I was just like, Animal Crossing is never going to happen for Switch.
Those pictures are still... they're still. I saw them today. Like they're still getting put around. At least my Twitter feeds. I'm still seeing people push them. So we had a little debate as to whether or not we should discuss it at all because it's obviously fake. I knew that, and then it's obviously
within the hour. I was like, we can't talk about this.
Yeah,
it's like this isn't real.
To me, I think it's a good chance to dive into Animal Crossing. Like,
sure.
So let's get
E3
here. Do you expect Animal Crossing at E3?
I fully expect it. I expect it every year.
Look, she came in with the confidence.
No, I expect it
it
every year. I've expected Animal Crossing for the past 3 E3s, and I haven't gotten anything.
So shouldn't that tell you not to expect it then?
It's time. Okay, the last real Animal Crossing we got was New Leaf back in 2013, and it was June of 2013, so it'll be 5 years to the date, pretty much. I think it's about overdue. I mean, it's not like it's a Legend of Zelda game that's 6-7 years in the making. This is Animal Crossing. You got everything.
They got to write all of those little messages about your shoes breaking and the flower you picked up. I mean, there's tons of dialogue that they've got to convert.
I think that they have all 300 character models. They're good to go on that regard. Like especially they've got the new ones, the taller ones from New Leaf. You've got all of the pre-existing furniture and the textures for that furniture. If you're going to high-res it, then high-res it. But they kind of threw us the bone with the mobile game, and it whet our appetite for a little bit, but I stopped playing it within a month.
You make a very compelling argument. You really do. I agree. It's time. It's time. The time is right.
That's my argument. It's time. It's
time.
been 5 years.
We know that they've been generating HD assets of Animal Crossing.
Let's not forget that we've also got new copyright stuff that was...
That's true.
Was it in Japan?
Yep.
Yeah.
But we also, on the Wii U, they had that little Mii Plaza area that they created in HD that was all Animal Crossing, and people were pointing at it back then. Yeah. And then we have the Amiibo Festival, and there are HD assets in that. We have HD assets in Mario Kart 8. We have Pocket Camp, which are HD assets. Like they're the artwork and design team are creating new Animal Crossing art.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So it is time. However, Animal Crossing is not going to be E3.
Boy. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. No, it's going to happen, and I've already told you, y'all are going to have to console me bad because I'm going to just be, oh my God.
If they have Animal Crossing E3, if it's there, it's taking the Metroid Prime 4 spot of, hey, this is coming, see you next year. It's not, you have won me over. This year, I'm thinking we'll save some of our predictions, but I'm thinking Smash, Pokemon, that's what I'm going with. That leaves no room for Animal Crossing. That means Animal Crossing is beyond the horizon. And we already have a Beyond the Horizon game. Well, Fire Emblem, I'm assuming. So we already have that with Metroid. So I don't want them to get into that PlayStation-esque air where we're waiting for multiple games that are years down the road. So
5 years. Yeah.
That's my logic is Animal Crossing is launched in a direct for some time in 2019 before E3 2019.
Nah.
But we'll see if I love your optimism because if you're just right on everything, this is like the E3 of dreams for Nintendo fans. And I was there when they did Star Fox Zero. Like I've come from the other end. I'm just like, there's no way we're getting all that awesome stuff. There's no chance.
I don't know, dude.
We'll find.
I got a good feeling about it. The
argument that it's time is honestly, it's just the best one. It is time. It's been too long. The game was so good.
Well, the poor Metroid people have been saying that for like a decade.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing
I know. Money.
And it stood up that console after, for a while. Mm-hmm. And then they even did that update, which is the craziest thing. They updated Animal Crossing 4 years after launch.
I know. It was unbelievable. And people bought it. The Amiibo cards kept it going too.
So, furthermore, though, beyond just the E3 and what you think, what do you want the next Animal Crossing to be?
I want it to be in the same vein as New Leaf. I liked being the mayor. That's a good question. I'm not very creative when it comes to what it could be. Like
you liked being the mayor.
I know what I like, and I liked that. I liked that.
I didn't really feel like the mayor though. Like the mayor doesn't do anything. He puts in a bridge, puts in a light post. He changes the flag.
Well, that's what. Okay, so I guess you're just like the town decorator or something.
Kind of, yeah.
But I liked that aspect. I liked being able to completely customize your town. Because I had done that way back in City Folk when, it's like put all of these tiles and create a path. I went crazy with QR codes in New Leaf. You have no idea. I can't think of anything that I would
All right, so let me talk and then I'll get your juices flowing. I probably wouldn't want to be the mayor because I think the mayor things that you do, you could easily just do as the villager, as like a concerned citizen, and you could just not need like all of the hoops to jump through. I'd much rather like live the Animal Crossing experience. Or
but if Isabella's the mayor, you pitch your idea,
I'd like that idea. I like that idea better. Or I would say to go the opposite approach. If you're gonna make me be the mayor, like let me do some stuff. Like I wouldn't mind like you could like make life pretty rough on your residents if you wanted to. Like let me like kind of play Animal Crossing in different ways in that role. I would like to go the opposite end. I just want to do more on either side of that, whichever side you go. Mm-hmm. For Animal Crossing I think the one big hurdle that they have is Street Pass. And that whole 3DS local connectivity type stuff. I know the Switch is definitely probably capable of doing something. We just haven't seen it. So until I see a game that really takes advantage of something like that, I'll have that concern. Right. I want to be able to share. That's like my big thing. And my hope is that maybe they launch like a companion app or website that lets you do some of that stuff, like a Mario Maker, where you could like go on your computer and download courses. Right. It would be cool if you could go on your computer and download
people's towns,
assets, designs, fabrics, things like that, towns. You could, something like that. The social aspect of Animal Crossing is probably my biggest concern. Like, is it still going to be, like, can I just hop into any of my friends' towns, or do I have to type in their friend code? Like that type of stuff is what concerns me most.
Gotcha.
I want it to be much bigger. You think Animal Crossing New Leaf? I'm thinking like 10 times that size. Much bigger. I don't want any load screens from me going to the island or to into town.
Oh.
I want everything.
So you want everything to be already rendered?
Yes. I want to just be able to boat to the island. It doesn't have to be far away, but like boat across the channel. I want to walk in and out of town without being hit with load screen after load screen after load screen. I want it to feel like a town.
Right.
And like, it didn't need to be Breath of the Wild big to accomplish that. It could be Great Plateau big. Great Plateau big is actually probably too big. Like a third of the Great Plateau would work. But just something like that, a seamless HD experience.
Right.
With all the Animal Crossing stuff we expect. I want the timer. I want events. I want holidays. I want seasons. I want weather. And I wouldn't mind some challenge. And I'm not, and that I don't know how. But like some sort of roughing it type thing.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Some sort of like city manager, like some sort of resource manager, something that you need to keep up, to succeed.
People would disagree with you. I mean, if you miss like 2 days and you have all these weeds and that's...
Yeah, but what do?
They make your town look ugly.
Yeah, but that's it. No, I'm talking like I need ramifications. I'm really like, let's push this. Let's really set the hook with this one. Like Animal Crossing's crack in video game land. Like, let's really get them hooked on it. Let's really put it on them to where people are like, I can't believe I can't turn this off. I've got to keep doing it.
But I'm already there. I was hooked for 7-8 months, and that's all I played. 2013.
Any inspiration from Stardew Valley that you'd bring to Animal Crossing?
Stardew, I've
maybe
always
like some relationships.
I don't know about relationships.
You don't know?
I think that's
She's
a
like,
little bizarre.
About all this.
No, I've always thought the idea of having like a farming aspect for Animal Crossing would be adorable. I think Ever Oasis did it really well. It wasn't really, you had like a few plots of land and you planted stuff and your people helped you water them and helped you grow them. You could set them and ask them to help it and stuff. So it'd kind of be like the flower system, but you just have like little plots of land and maybe you can grow turnips or something. Maybe those things can be sold for or traded for other goods or something. Maybe somebody's looking for certain food items and
maybe some animal management.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't mind having like a puppy. It'd be awesome. I'd take a look.
What are the dog villagers going to think about that?
Yeah, I don't know, but like that's not my problem. But
I
wouldn't mind.
Goofy's a dog, but Pluto's also a dog, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't have to be a dog, but I wouldn't mind having like something to take care of. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, aren't the little fishies that you catch and you put in your house, aren't those good enough? No.
No. Not good enough. I'm trying to think. I mean, aesthetically, I wouldn't mind something that looked close to New Leaf. I would probably be disappointed if they went Pocket Camp and they started doing campsites and stuff. Like, I really don't like that idea.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to them taking like a different style, maybe something like more old school. And I was even thinking, like, what if you could like spin up like a multiplayer server, and like you and your 20 friends could just have a town together, and you could maybe like adopt the NPCs and stuff as playable characters. That'd be fun too. I wouldn't mind that either.
Oh, you know what? That made me think of something.
There you go.
I want a reason to have all 460 something of my amiibo cards, because I own every villager amiibo card. I think that amiibo functionality definitely needs to be on the table. Like, if you tap in that amiibo card, do you get a special quest from the villager for the day, or does that villager come to visit your town and you have the option to, invite them to live in your town or something? Oh man, I spent millions of bells making an all-cat town by trading villagers with people online. You have no idea.
I can't wait for when this does eventually happen to see this in.
I'm gonna go. Bye. I've already told Brian it's
for
done.
a year. What you play in check-ins, just Animal Crossing, just Animal Crossing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I probably sank 60 or 70 hours in Animal Crossing, which feels like a lot to me, but probably nothing compared to what you did.
I think the only thing that's come close to how much that I've played Animal Crossing is probably Xenoblade 2.
Well, yeah, I'd like to do like some city. I'd like to do some city management. That's my idea. Like, if I was the mayor, like, then let me.
But don't you do that in real life?
That's what Animal Crossing is. Like, I just never felt like the mayor. It's like, man, this town, I don't like this store. Let me pick another store. Let me change the stores. Let me evict some folks. Like, let me do some stuff. I don't like this village. Let me get them out of here. I used to throw trash in my villager's yard that I just didn't like. I just keep dropping the trash in their yard, trying to make them leave. So
that's not very nice, Donnie.
We definitely played Animal Crossing differently.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah,
mean.
Crazy.
Yep.
Be interesting. Animal Crossing E3. You heard it from Caroline.
Even if it's just a teaser that I know that it's coming. I don't know. If you're saying it like the Metroid Prime 4, then I might be a little bit disappointed.
I think you would be. I think Animal Crossing would be the best teaser Nintendo could do this year. They can't tease a new Zelda game. I don't think they can tease a new Mario game. They've already teased a Metroid game. So, like, out of their stable of stuff that they could tease, they can't do Kart and they can't do Smash. Like, they're kind of out of things that they can put you on the hook for. Animal Crossing fits that teaser real good. So, if you're telling me that they'll tease it, I could believe you. But I don't think when E3's over, we'll know what Animal Crossing is. That's my thing.
I know we're still going to talk about this like in the next couple of weeks, but I think the big things that will be talked about are obviously Smash, Yoshi, which we haven't heard anything about since last year.
Yep.
Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, and then those are going to be like the main four things, and then we're going to have things sprinkled throughout.
All right, so you're just writing off Pokemon altogether.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah.
You can't have all. We've been over this. All those things can't possibly. You can't. There's too much time.
Sure.
So the argument that I would have for you there is that Pokemon takes Animal Crossing's place. Why? Because all the other games you mentioned plus Pokemon have already been talked about. Like we already have acknowledgement from the company these things are in the works. Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Yoshi, all that stuff. The thing to support you though is Pokemon might be its own event. So if you were to tell me.
That's true.
Animal Crossing comes in because Pokemon does its own thing in August. That I can believe. That's believable. But I don't think so. Pokemon was at last year's E3 because they're going to show Pokemon this year at E3.
I don't think Pokemon Ultra stuff was at E3 last year, was it?
No, but they had the director from Pokemon saying, we're working on Pokemon for Switch. Like, he legit was just
That's right.
sitting at his desk. Nothing. He was, and I don't think they do that last year and not
without
show
not bringing
something
it here.
this year. Like,
Right.
you can't do that. That's just terrible. I mean, you can. They can. And we'll all be upset about it because it's just bad marketing. It's bad business. Like, it's just bad PR. No, I think it makes much more sense that Pokemon was already on track when they launched the Switch. So they gave you the tease, and then they pay it off. So,
I think Animal Crossing's been on track even longer.
I agree with you, but they still haven't given us the tease. That's in that. So Animal Crossing is in that Pikmin realm. We know it's there. We know it's coming. but
I
they
think
have
it's just
given
gonna
us
be
no hint.
Big mic drop. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Do you?
I'm gonna be so disappointed when it doesn't happen. I'm just gonna start, crying and be glad that I took the whole day off.
I'll be there for you. I'll be
Good.
there to prop you up. I think you'll have plenty to be excited about if it does.
Kevin and I are gonna be so mad if it doesn't happen. So mad.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's our time. So thanks for hanging out in the shack. My name's Donnie Reese. You can find me over on Twitter at PlayinNintendo. You can follow the team at PSVG. Check out the new blog, psvg.blog. And tell some friends about the PSVG podcast network, which they should be able to find just by searching PSVG. We've really leaned into that acronym.
Yeah.
Caroline, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at the Nintendame, on the Discord, whining and griping about everything like every day. Join me on my weight loss journey if you want to, and my G Fuel escapades. G Fuel is the bomb, and I'm not paid to say that.
They've
pretty
got
good.
you. They've
got me.
Guys have totally won you over.
Yep. It's good stuff.
All right.